Whoa, god dang. Whew. All right, so don't do that. There we go. That's good news because let's see. Hey guys, welcome back. Over the next couple days, I'm gonna work on getting this old 1954 Johnson 2-cylinder, 2-stroke outboard motor running. It's been sitting for quite a while and we don't have any idea kind of what condition everything's in. So let's dig in and we'll check it out. So let's first. Oh boy, she smells like paint thinner. Yep, that's a bad one. I know that they come out, it's just a spring. There we go. There's your cap. Yep, she's pretty bad inside there. There's our recoil. We don't have a manual or anything on this, so we're gonna have to kind of feel our way through. We want to do a couple things. We want to get access to the carburetor, and we also want to remove this gas tank so that we can clean it. How do we get the tank off? I wonder what kind of condition the carburetor's in. This thing's been sitting for years and years. So we'll remove the petcock here from the gas tanks. There's a lot of, that's weird. All right, here's what's, ooh. Some peanut butter looking stuff. We got some loose crust inside our fuel tank, and probably our best method is going to be the old nut and bolt and shake it method. So the more the better, but you got to get them all out. So we're going to go with 10 to start with. I'll give it some carbon choke cleaner in there to kind of lubricate it.
Probably the more the better.
Yeah. So as I'm sure you guys probably knew, 10 is not going to cut it. We need to go with a bunch. We got to get 30 pieces out. Huh, alright, that's the easiest one of those I've ever done. A lot cleaner than it was. I'll show you guys inside it in just 1 second. Oh. So you guys can see there's a little bit left in there, but it's not near as bad as it was. So I think we could probably run this tank. Back in the 1950s when these were manufactured, this lever right here controlled the ignition timing as well as some of the throttle. So you would actually advance the timing and increase your throttle as you moved it counterclockwise. That's pretty cool. Probably better find out if it's got spark too. So let's go ahead and remove these spark plugs. So, oh boy, they're loose. The plugs are loose. So somebody must have been fiddling with this thing. That's what you get in a spark plug. So it's not damaged. It all reeks like bad gas. Now if it's been 25 years since this is run, and we're gonna go ahead and give her a rip and see if we have spark, it may be wise to lubricate the cylinders a little bit before we move forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these cylinders a shot of PB before we start ripping on it. Okay. And let's take a second and slowly work some of that in. It's so weird working with SAE or Imperial, whatever you want to call it, sizes. It's been so long since everything was like all standard sizes. Now, so we got no spark. If we can't get any spark out of it, then this project is going to come to a screeching halt here. I did notice at 1954 technology here, this is going to have a point ignition. And if it sat outside for a long time, they're probably rusted. On the top of the flywheel right here, set points to 20 thousandths. I guess that means we're going to go ahead and try and remove this flywheel. Let's see if we can get access to the points. Okay, that was easy enough. Well, let's see what's gonna happen here. There we go. Okay. So obviously I should have hit it with the impact right from the start. These are our contact points in here. These are our coils. Not real dirty. Let's check out. Our flywheel seems to be in fine shape. So maybe we clean our contact points. Make sure they're gapped correctly. This is before electronic ignition. This is how everything was way back when with breaker points. Cars, boat motors, anything with a gasoline motor had a point ignition. Okay, you guys remember before when I told you this advances and retards the timing? You can see it in action here. So we need to set the gap on our breaker points, and that gap is 20 thousandths. So what we'll have to do, we'll use the prop and we'll spin it. We'll get that right at the top. We'll check our gap with our 20 thousandths feeler gauge. All right, the gap is kind of fat. So I think what we have to do is we got to loosen our set screw here. Okay, get that to turn just a little bit. I'm guessing, yeah, this one's like a cam. When you're using feeler gauges, you want to feel just a little bit of resistance on the feeler gauge. It shouldn't clamp and hold down to it, but you should certainly feel it touching. So let's go ahead and tighten this one up. So we got our 20 thousandths there. That feels pretty good. Now we got to do this other side. Let's see if Mr. Shaky can get you guys a good image of the spark here. Ready?
Where's the right here?
Yeah. Ready to go?
Yep.
We got some spark. Let's check the other one and make sure. So it's just that little bit of rust on the flywheel. Oh, god dang. Whew. All right, so don't do that because it'll jump out of the other one too.
Yeah.
All right. That thing lit me up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you would think like this little tiny motor, that it wouldn't be like a whole lot of spark, but I mean it was enough.
Like more than a 9-volt battery?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right on my arm. Yeah. It's I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments could better explain that to me, but. Yeah, I think it's like 20,000 volts, but it's not very many amps. Coil on the Mustang, I think, is 50,000 volts or something. It's a lot. Even a lawnmower will get you. But yeah, it's not like a light socket. It's a different kind of surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, everybody's gonna hate this, and that's why I'm doing it. So if you watch this far, then you might as well watch me hit this thing with some ether and see if it tries to run. Oh my god, you can't do that. It's a 1954 two-stroke. You're gonna burn it down. Well, then make your own video about why not to do it. Because I'm gonna do it. I don't care what anybody says. This thing is about to get some go juice, and I bet it runs. We got the good stuff. We got the go juice. That seems like a lot. Now, oh boy. It's even smoking a little bit out of the exhaust. Check it out. Check it out. That's what that go juice does to them. Gets them going. All right, so I think we're gonna shift gears to the carburetor. All right, so we're gonna try and remove this float bowl here. We got 4 regular screws on the bottom. So we'll get these loosened up. take these bad boys out. All right, this is where it's at. It's not too bad, actually. That's pretty good. I've seen a lot worse. All right, we've got our bowl cleaned up. And, oh, we almost made a mistake. We got to get our jet turned in here. So we'll go ahead and slide that in. Now I should be clear. This isn't any sort of customer work. We're not making anything on this motor. It's been sitting around here quite a while. Was actually pretty close friends. He passed away, unfortunately, and he had dropped this thing off a while ago and was like, hey, in your spare time, see if you can get her running. Well, here we are. Super nice guy, man. One of the nicest guys. He was rough around the edges. He's a biker dude, but one of the nicest guys, man. He would sacrifice anything of his own if it would help somebody else out. And whatever happens when we leave this place, I hope that whatever the universe is in charge of, I hope they take a long look at everything that dude did for other people and people around him and family members and stuff. Pretty cool these come with this leather gasket here, instead of the crummy stuff that we're used to. We'll give it a little shot of two-stroke here. We'll see if we get any leaks. Not dripping yet. That's good news. That might be enough to kick her off. Let's go ahead and open this petcock and see if we get a bunch of leaks from there. We're in pretty good shape right now. Let's pull the choke out. Our vent is open. We're on start. Think it's gonna take right off. I mean, that's a good sign. How did we get away from this type of manufacturing? What led us away from that? Let me know what you think in the comments. Was it a race to the bottom sometime after this? 1970s? Make it cheaper, make it faster, sell more of them. People will just throw them away. They'll buy a new one. Over time, we got away from stuff like this that lasts forever. But a 70-year-old Johnson Seahorse, 3 horsepower. So I think tomorrow we'll try and get some water underneath it, so we can circulate. We'll make sure that that's all working good. We'll try and fine tune the carburetor a little bit, make sure that's okay. While we're in the middle of this, I want to take a minute to thank everybody that watches our channel and subscribes to our channel. Please let us know in the comments if you like the content we create and other things that you'd like to see. So we got our water. We'll lean it out a little bit. Okay, we got our lean. We'll turn it to start. So the downside with this motor is there is no neutral. And I don't know if this tote is gonna hold up or not, but we'll see. Give her a little choke. Oh, we gotta turn the gas on. We forgot to turn the gas on. Alright, we got hot water coming out of the exhaust here. Pretty good.